Morning, everyone. My name is Promise Odera. Today I want to speak to something very crucial. I just watched politics, Sunday politics with Shehu Okimbaloye that he was talking about the new reports that have come out that there are, you know, according to the report, plans that 2027 election integrity is already called to question, and there are plans that Yakubu Mahmood, the criminal, of course, will, give up his seat in December, and the person apparently that is most likely to replace him has been groomed to continue his, evil legacy. I have a strong feeling that anybody called Yakubu in Nigeria should change that name because Yakubu Mahmood has damaged the reputation of the name Yakubu. In fact, we prefer at this point Yakubu Ayebeni, to Yakubu Mahmood because that man is so evil that even when Dino Malaye and the likes of the party supporters and representatives were staging a walkout, he kept his straight face and continued reeling out falsified election results on national TV and went ahead to call the purported winner of the elections, thereby disenfranchising and shutting up the will of the people, millions of people, including those that flew back from abroad to come and vote in the 2023 presidential elections. Now, we are seeing the likes of El-Rufai, who was, of course, in the ruling party at the time, and Babashir Rawal. These are strong people, from the north, who are now confirming that Peter Obi won the 2023 election. Of course, we knew. The likes of Kenneth Okoko. In fact, Peter Obi himself said it while, after that election result was declared, that he won the election and he's going to prove it to the world. And what happened? As useless as our judiciary is, of course, most of the judges there are appointed and houses are built by them by the same government, so built for them by the same government. So they stuck to the plan and said, whatever INEC says is final. So Yakubu Mahmood is, in fact, a nemesis to Nigeria. The worst thing that has happened to Nigerian youth is Yakubu Mahmood. This man said, while sitting down in that declaration, he said that he gave the instruction for the whole Southeast to be delayed till 2 p.m. on the day of election to start voting. Whereas some parts of the country started voting from 7 or 8 o'clock. I don't know where we are going to start to fix this country when we have evil people in power. Now, for the avoidance of doubt, let's just say, I have to say this as a caveat. Dati Baba Ahmed came on national TV and said, somebody's hands might be forced in that 2023 election. And he made some suggestions, although he wasn't plain enough. Only Dati Baba Ahmed knows what he knows. If for any reason, Yakubu Mahmood, his hands were forced or tied, of course there are ways to go about these things. You could resign, yes, but he's there. He even continued after the 2023 presidential election, to do other by-elections. And even the local government chairman election, all of them are flawed. All of them. Rufai Oseni have been posting some results. We've seen the good work that Osi Tashidoka has been doing. I just listened to him now. It's showing, what he was saying there about the irregularities. Over 20% of INEC staff are also involved in this corruption, and they are doing them a shame now. But the worst one for me is Yakubu Mahmood, because INEC is not that flawed. It's because the head, like Peter Obi always say, if the head is corrupt, everybody will just get the corruption memo. Do you understand? Because when they see that the guy at the top is corrupt, all of them will follow suit. All the other by-elections, all the local government elections, all the sitting governors got their way. And how do you explain that? It's because our electioneering process is so flawed. And instead of doing reform or trying to change things, what are they doing? The ruling party is building a new secretariat or headquarters for them. Nigeria is, you will be crying that they're not doing something well. It's like when Nigerian youth were complaining about Burutai, Buhari went and made him an ambassador. We are complaining about Yakubu. They even left him there. It's like your voice is not heard. There is a disjoint between the masses and the government. It's as if they are out to keep peppering us. And the same idiot people will come and be telling us to have patience. Patient about what? If Nigeria wants to fix our problems, Nigerian government, there are some laws, there are some solutions that affect multiple tiers of multiple places. One of them that we have managed to achieve, thanks to Taiwo Edele, is the tax reform. The tax reform is going to fix a whole lot of issues if implemented correctly, transparently, by good, well-meaning people. Because if they run it the way they run Alphabetas in Lagos, my brother, you're just making money for the infinity. You know that sign they do in their cap, the Tinubu Jagaban people. But if they run it transparently, it can fix a lot of loopholes in Nigeria's corruption system. Because from January 2026, everybody will be taxed. You know a strong country from their tax system. All this borrow that we are borrowing. Do you know Malaya said very soon they will go and borrow from OPE. We will stop borrowing it. We will tax ourselves and build our road for ourselves and make our lives better. That's how countries are run. I mean, the UK is a heavily taxed country. But at least you know everybody is taxed, not just you. So yes, from January, even the poor people will feel it. Even those abroad will feel it, because now even money that you send to probably do one project or to dash people, they will tax it. VAT. They will tax and tax. But no matter how much they tax you, please bear it, so that the rich people will be taxed. Yes. Unless they go and keep their money cash. Yes. And then what you will see, armed robbers will start going to people's houses again to go and collect cash. But as far as your money goes into the account, they will tax it. So I am happy to join paying that tax, but let all the rich people, let all the big men, let all the politicians be taxed in Nigeria. So I supported that tax reform laws. Now, the importance of this video, I am suggesting Randy Peters have been going up and down, trying his possible best. They are sizing up the guy and looking down on him. Yeah? National Assembly are ignoring him. Even the lower chamber that said that they are doing constitutional reform, they're supposed to actually bring the boy on board. They will announce center today. Tomorrow they will forestall it. They will say Keneko has been postponed. Just trying to meander and avoid youth participation. They don't want to do the right thing. And from this report that just came out, it was obvious that they're already planning for 2027. So which reform are they doing? Which constitution? Our constitution in Nigeria is so weak. What makes country strong is your constitution. That's why I keep saying and I maintain. Senior advocates of Nigeria have said that our constitution is not worthy of practice. That's why they are giving up their profession, their legality. You know, I've seen a lot of barristers, of lawyers saying they don't want to practice in Nigeria. It's shambles. The judge, I saw judges the other day dancing with their full legality. I mean, these people don't even understand what a judge means. You're taking the position of a god. You're taking, as in, everything in Nigeria must be upside. If it's not upside down, then it's not Nigerian. Our image to ourselves, not to talk of others, is very, very bad. Very low. You know a country is strong. And people will be quick to say, oh, UK does not have a written constitution. Who told you? We have common laws. Every court judgment here is a law. Once a judge says it, it stands. Not just on that case, but going forward, any other case is affected. UK does not have law. Why is Ekweremadu still in prison? We have strong laws here. There are guidelines, there are acts. What do you think the parliaments are doing? We might not have a written constitution, but any judgment, any precedent stands as far as the court has made a pronouncement. Anyway, why you say America is a strong country is because of how powerful their constitution is. A constitution is supposed to support every American. And that's why the American Constitution, that's why America is powerful. Everybody is quoting Constitution Amendment like the Second Amendment is because they know they can quote it to a lawyer, they can quote it to a police, they can quote it to anybody. So the Constitution protects everybody. In Nigeria, which Constitution do you have? DSS will defy court order. Court will defy court order. Judge will defy court. You will see people, look at what they are doing to Nnamdi Kanu's case. I think everything is bastardized. Everything, like nobody, that Nigerian constitution is as good as a tissue paper down the toilet. Nobody respects it. Even your police don't even know half of the constitution. You come into National Assembly, a big occasion, and they are singing on your mandate we shall stand. That is people that are supposed to make your laws. How stupid. People that actually defy laws to become Senate presidents. People that are actually making sure that Senator, what's her name, Natasha, does not come back. Everything about Nigeria must be upside down. We don't have a constitution in Nigeria. What we are doing is obey the last order. Military rule or police rule. Whatever the federal government or the president wants goes. Anyway, I want to say this. Whoever is the incoming INEC chairman, remember that the reputation of INEC is already zero. Remember that we don't have anything of repute as far as INEC and electioneering is concerned. As far as the whole elections have been run since 2023 is concerned. Because everybody fought for that 2023 election. Celebrities spoke. People did free shows in stadiums. People were sending money all through. Let's get it right. Campaign everywhere. People flew back just to participate in the election. We saw voters card in gutters, in bush, buried everywhere. Amongst all of those things, everybody said, for these guys blindfolded us or blindsided us. And what did they do? They used Yakubu Mahmood to just destroy the hope of all the youths. Anyway, so you are coming into a position. I don't care how much they've given you. But for posterity's case, or sake, we must cap the spending of campaign in Nigeria. Just like the tax laws, we are going to solve a lot of corruption cases, killings as far as our elections are concerned with that one law. If you can make sure that you say to all the political parties in Nigeria, this is the maximum amount of money you can spend during campaign for presidential election, for governorship election. Say, for example, some parties will sell their, I think APC were selling their tickets, 100 million. 100 million from where to where? Where do you want them to get that money? Why not make a rule? Every presidential ticket across every party. Now, I think the number of parties in Nigeria is even close to 20 or even 30. Make sure you give everybody a level playing field. INEC said they are not partisan. This is the time to prove it. Make it that every political party, they cannot sell their presidential ticket above 20 million. Cap it. They can choose to sell 1 million, but they cannot sell above 20 million. That way, everybody that is sensible, that is smart, that is reasonable can come out and apply and run. So that we stop having only criminals running for elections in Nigeria. Number 2, make it mandatory that every election, every campaign cannot exceed 500 million. But they go spend poster, logistics, hotel, everything. 500 million for every party, for any election. That is what the UK does. And that is why you don't see politics in Nigeria, in UK so crazy. I want to read out some information for you guys. Because me, when I do my own talk, I try to back it up with information. I'm an IT person, so I go with information. I did a simple search, right? How much did America spend on the 2024 election cycle? They spent $15.9 billion. $15.9 billion. Now, how much did Nigeria spend on 2023 general elections? INEC received 313.4 billion out of 355.298 billion approved budget. That is just the approved budget. The EU, that also told them that the election was flawed, gave them a big chunk of money. These are things we have to look into, because these are what propels our politicians to steal money when they're in power, planning for the next election. Thank you.